Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Speeder, and today we're going to be talking about 5 of the best Dota combos in the game right now. Combos you can try with your friends, even if you have no friends. Maybe you can just pick the hero when you see one of the heroes. Optimally, you pick the core after you see the support. I mean, that's probably how it's going to play out, right? Nonetheless, let me stop wasting your time. Let's get into 5 of the best Dota combos in the game right now. And to start it off, we have Lone Druid Mirana. This combo is really cool for really one main reason, but there's a second one that I really like as well. The first reason that I really love about Lone Druid Mirana is Solar Flare and how it interacts. It works on the hero and the bear. Yeah, you heard that right. It works on the hero and the bear. So you get double the effectiveness of Solar Flare. And here's what I really think you should do. On Lone Druid, you should play Bear Necessities, which is the 3 item slots. You're going to go Treads, Bracer, Gleipnir, and you're going to have a lot of control. This control in the Gleipnir is really important because Mirana has a bit of a control issue in the early game. She doesn't put points in arrow nowadays, and, hitting a level 1 arrow is pretty underwhelming and unreliable. And so you have actual control when you play Lone Druid. On top of that, this Gleipnir sets up for the arrow. It is very clear and direct setup for the arrow, which is beautiful. It's a hero that's going to frontline and control to guarantee the enemy has to fight into the double Solar Flare that is Lone Druid. And yeah, Lone Druid is wonderful with Solar Flare. He is a strict right clicker that has incredibly high attack speed due to Bear Necessities giving him extra attack speed, 50, 60, 70, or 80% more attack speed on his items, such as Treads and Gleipnir, right? These items will just give him more attack speed. Disperser will give him bonus attack speed because of the facet. And then the bear, what I recommend you do, outside of picking up Vlad's, is it can also buy Treads because you have Mirana, so you really want even more attack speed to benefit from the damage. And then you can just stack a bunch of Wraith Bands and have even more attack speed. And yes, Solar Flare gives attack speed, but I mean, it's mostly about the damage. Damage is more expensive than attack speed, so it's the more valuable thing that you're getting from Solar Flare on any hero, which is why attack speed is just kind of generally what you want with Mirana ult. Think about, her leap. And so yeah, this combo is really broken. Arrow setup and Solar Flare working twice makes it OP. Next up we have Naga Razor. This combo is awesome for honestly so many different reasons. Number 1, it's a lane combo. Naga's position 5 is what I'm talking about here. I guess it could be position 4 with Razor off lane, that's totally fine too. But the first thing is the synergy with Link. So once you hit level 3 on Razor, you have kill potential on the majority of the Dota cast. If they can't get away from you, you can typically kill them. So Naga is like the best hero in the game for this, because what you do is you net the person, and then with Reel In, one of Naga's abilities right now, you can pull them into you. And so you can imagine why this is extremely good with Razor Link. They have no way to kite it, they can't get away, and Naga is also a frontliner. This is a tanky melee hero with high armor, high movement speed, that can stand in front of Razor. Razor's only issue in the lane is he's pretty squishy, he's very slow, and Naga just solves all these problems because she's really tanky. She makes sure that people can't go on Razor because of her E or her net, and if Razor wants to go in because he's finally hit his double Wraith Band plus level 3 timing, well, she's like one of the best heroes in the game at enabling that. And that's true for the entirety of the game. On top of that, Razor as a carry has one major weakness in Wave Shove. In the mid game, he doesn't one-shot waves, and he doesn't necessarily kill them that fast unless he's going to use Gleipnir, which is an item that sometimes Razors will buy. And so basically, Naga just solves that as well, because she's the best Wave Shove support in the game. I mean, you just have constant illusions plus Riptide. And 2 more things that I really like. Number 1, Naga's ulti heals now, and it's really nice because Razor has sustain issues. This hero doesn't like buying early Satanic. He'll buy it eventually, but his first items are not going to give him sustain, none of his abilities give him sustain, none of his early items give him sustain, and so Naga ulti in teamfights allows Razor to continue to commit in the fight. He can go in with that BKB, get a lot of damage off, maybe take half his health, and then you can song, reset, let him get in position for that second static link. It's only a 20-second cooldown, and he can go again. On top of that, Naga buys Solar Crest, which is Razor's favorite item. Oh yeah, and lastly, you can link people during Naga song. You can't click it on them, but if you've already linked them and then she songs, you keep draining damage. Okay, next up, I have to put this combo on here, and that is Marci Visage. This is like the most stupid combo in the game. You want to talk about broken combos? Man, oh man. This lane is I don't know, guys. It is something else. It really, really is something else. So why is that? Marci has this facet called Bodyguard. Visage has this facet called Death Toll. Visage's facet gives him bonus gold when he gets kills, 105 up to 210. Marci has a facet called Bodyguard, which is excellent with Visage, because here's what it does. When you click it on your ally, it gives them lifesteal. Visage has sustain issues. It gives them bonus damage based on their base damage, which is incredible with Visage because he's a universal hero that spams stats. His initial items tend to be 2 bracers or a bracer and a null. And then finally, it gives armor. Visage has like 1 armor at level 1. So bodyguard or just even sidekick is really good with Visage. And then on top of that, this is just like the best hero in the game at getting kills at level 1. Dispose is just like, it's just that spell. It's a 20% slow that tosses them into you. When you're playing Visage, you don't want to chip people with Soul Assumption, you want to kill them, right? Because otherwise they're going to eat tangos, pop salves. You want to kill them from full, get that bonus gold, and rinse repeat. Marci is the best hero in the game because she has a reposition slow, and then a stun, and then bodyguard. Also, what I didn't even mention is, when you put it on your ally, there's a radius around you, and if your ally hits the person in that radius, you attack them passively. So you basically double hit. And Visage has bonus attack speed because of his Q. So this combo is just so broken. It is, honestly, I think it is maybe the best lane in the game. Maybe the most consistent lane in the game. It's up there for broken lanes. Crazy, crazy lane. And yeah, in terms of the mid game, I don't think there's some crazy synergy in the mid game. Bodyguard is pretty good with the birds, but there's a 0.45 second cooldown on the bodyguard attack, so it's not like it really works with stuff like birds. It's not that broken. It's just mainly the lane, guys. Honestly, the lane is just so broken that it just makes it a good combo. All right, next up, we have a combo that isn't about the lane. It's about the game, so switching it up, is Bristle Omniknight. I love this combo because I think the heroes really enable each other. Omniknight has a bit of a getting kited issue. And I think if you're playing Bristle, you should buy the shard almost immediately after you buy Ags, or literally immediately. I think you can either go Ags Voodoo Mask shard or just Ags shard. Personally, I just go Ags shard. Why? Because the shard on Bristleback is called Hairball, and on a very low cooldown at pretty good cast range, even though both of those things have been nerfed ever since the heyday of Bristleback a year ago, or even longer than that now. Wow, I think it was about a year ago. You have an AoE mega slow. And this is great with Omniknight because Omniknight lacks control. Omniknight wants heroes that can force the fight and then really use the repel. And I don't think there's a better hero in the game than Bristleback to do that, right? There's some good range carries in the meta right now that sort of do that. Wind Ranger is probably, if I had to pick another combo with Omni, it's Wind. Because she buys Gleipnir, she has a stun, she loves getting repelled. But Bristle Omni, kind of the same thing. Sure, it's not a stun, but it's this massive AoE slow with Hairball. And yeah, it's just one of the best repel users in the game. Bristle's a hero that naturally gets kited, chipped, Vessel. A lot of dots are going to be casted on him. And yeah, he can just get it all dispel. This hero also can get bursted during breaks, right? Silver Edge breaks. Omniknight very much prevents that with his ulti, and repel also dispelling that. So there's just so much synergy. This is not a good lane. I wouldn't recommend pairing these heroes together. It's fine. It's not bad, it's fine. Yeah, the mid game is just, it's straightforward. You just repel the Bristle when he runs in, and this hero definitely has a getting kited issue and doesn't want to buy early BKB. It wants to buy Bloodstone, right? It wants to buy Bloodstone, it wants to buy Sanch and Yasha, it wants to buy these items, Shivas, AC, stuff like that. It doesn't want to buy BKB, but you can buy late BKB. Late game, then you can have a 9-second BKB with a repel. Super good. All right, in the last combo of the video, man, there is so much synergy in this combo. I don't think it's necessarily the best lane. It's Elder Titan Shadow Fiend. I don't think it's the best lane because Shadow Fiend prefers heroes that can really enable their early raises. ET isn't the best for this. He doesn't have a stun. I think, honestly, in this lane, the ET can consider taking Stomp at level 2. Instead of taking the very standard E, he can still Stomp. The reason why is very simple. You can Stomp them and SF can walk up, short raise, medium raise, long raise, and go for kills. That's nice. Now you might be saying, okay, so what is the combo here? Is it setting up raises with Stomp? Not exactly. I would say that's nice, but really the big combo here is armor or minus armor and the ultimate. So one thing about Shadow Fiend is he loves setup stuns for his ulti. This can be mid Shadow Fiend, carry Shadow Fiend, really just any Shadow Fiend, but he wants people to get slept so he can walk up and ulti. It's a 5-second disable with Elder Titan Stomp, and that is more than enough time, even for a carry SF, with or without Hurricane Pike to close the gap, to get in there and drop a Requiem directly on someone's dome. And you can imagine why this is good, because now SF is directly on top of them, right-clicking the heck out of them. And on top of that, what's really, really broken is if the ET is super good, he will keep that spirit on top of who SF is ulting, and that spirit reduces magic resist by 100%. So if they have 25% base resist, it's going completely away, and they're getting guaranteed one shot by that SF ult. Early game, mid game, late game, it doesn't matter. They will almost certainly get one shot because Elder Titan is removing that resistance completely. And on top of that, you also have a minus armor synergy, right, with the natural order. Natural order tends to bring any hero with no added armor down to 0 armor, right, because it removes all base armor when maxed out. And then the Shadow Fiend with the presence of the Dark Lord also reduces armor. And so it's this interesting strategy that has really good physical damage, right, with the double minus armor. And then it also has SF ulti with Stomp and Earth Splitter, right? So you're going to one-shot anyone in the game in the magic resist reduction. You're going to one-shot anyone in the game. It's just one of those game combos that makes sense. ET is going to set up on the people that try to go on the Shadow Fiend. He's going to counter initiate. Shadow Fiend's going to pop BKB and explode whoever he decides. And then, yeah, they just amp damage better than any other hero. Shadow Fiend is one of the best mixed damage carries in the game with, you know, magic damage raises, magic damage ulti, but also physical damage, which super is enabled by natural order. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed these 5 combos. I recommend giving them a shot. If there's combos that you guys have been using and you think are really, really broken, I always have a good time reading them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!